Hey there guys, I'm Matt Milne and I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to set up EduBlogs. Now you're going to be using a blog to collate all of your work over the year, so it's really important that you set it up correctly and also think about using this blog as your portfolio so you can take this on from college to show potential employers your work. And it's just a great place to put everything that you're doing over the next year or two into one place. So what I want you to do is open up your web browser. You can use Chrome or Safari, any browser that you want. And you're going to need to head over to edublogs.org. So that's edublogs.org. Now you should be able to hit the sign up button and you'll see a screen kind of like this. So what I want you to first do is type in your username. Now the username that you'll need to type in so that I can find your blogs easily is just your full name. So first name and last name, no capitals, no middle names as well. So if I type in my name, all one word, lowercase, and then I should be able to start putting in my password. If you find that someone has already set up a blog with your name and you can't take that username, what I want you to do is just put SEC for South Essex College before your username, and then it should allow you to continue on. So I'm just going to put a password in here. I'm then going to want you to select students, and then if you want to put in your student email, you can do so there. And then under blog title, what you can do is type in my portfolio. And then your blog URL, this is what you're going to be typing into the internet to find your blog. So again, if your name isn't available and you can't have your full name, .edublogs.org, then just type in SEC before your name and that will allow us to find you. Now you're going to have to agree to the terms. You can read through those if you want. And click I'm not a robot. It might give you a quiz where you have to guess how many bridges there are and how many cars. But if you just hit create blog, it should allow you to go forward. Now it says that I have used this email before, and that's true. So I'm just going to try a separate one. And that should allow me to continue. Now that's it. The blog has been set up. You might get an email saying that here's your login details and welcome to EduBlogs. So what I can do now is just click go to dashboard. So let's do that. Okay, now it wants me to log in with the details that I've just created. So I am going to use the details here. I'm going to save my username and password, and hopefully it should just let me populate and sign in. So it's really important that you remember the password and you remember your username, because you don't want to get halfway through the year and have all of your work on this one site and then not be able to get into it. So make sure that you use a memorable password and make sure that the blog is just in your name, first name and last name. So what we can do now is start to make our blog. So if we head over to my portfolio, we're on the dashboard already, and we can visit the site. So this is going to take us to the blog. Now obviously we haven't done anything yet, so it's kind of going to look kind of boring. There we go. So this is your blog, and it looks kind of boring, and that's because we've got to do a bit of work in personalizing it and setting it up so that you can post on there. So if we head to Customise at the top here, now we have a range of themes that you can choose to change the style and the layout of your blog. Now if you head over to Active Theme 2015, I think that's the basic one. I've had a look through these themes and I've found one that I quite like. So if you go up to the search themes and type author, you can change over to this blog theme. So let's do a live preview. And there we go, looking a little bit better, at least I think. You can choose any theme that you want, but this is one that I've kind of found and I think is probably most appropriate for what you're going to be doing. So you can play around with different themes, go for it, but this is a good standard layout. So what I'm going to do now is start to personalize it. So over here we've got site identity. First step, my portfolio. That's fine, this is going to be your portfolio. You might want to put your name at the top. So I could put Matthew Milne, and then maybe underneath put my portfolio. Or you might want to do it the other way around and have your name underneath. Absolutely fine. We go on to the next section. So we've got the front page. You can choose whether you have a static page. You can set it to a picture or just one document. I think generally the best idea is to leave it as your latest posts. So there's a constant stream, just like any normal blog. Next we have avatar. So you can upload an image of your face, of something relevant. It's probably best to have something to do with you, a picture of your face. You playing guitar, whether it's you walking along the beach, I don't know, whatever it is you want. So I'm going to upload one here. Upload an image. Okay, so I've selected a picture of myself. I took a picture of my iPhone and I emailed it to myself, and then I've selected the file and inserted it so you can see my face at the top left of the screen. So now that's done, let's have a look at some of the other options. You could put a logo underneath. I haven't got a logo available at the moment, so I'm going to leave that blank, but if you've got a band and a logo that you want to put underneath, absolutely fine to do so. The next step is possibly social media icons. So what you can do is take the URL for your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, Pinterest, whatever it might be, anything that you think might be relevant to your portfolio. It might be something that potential employers are looking at. They want to maybe see your Instagram to see what sort of work you've been up to recently. So put those in if you want. The next is a blog. You've got the option here to skim down the amount of words that show in the blog posts on the right hand side here. So you can see this is a blog post, this is the sort of placeholder blog, and it's just got a small excerpt from the original text within the blog. So you could increase the amount of text that you want to show on that side of the screen. You can also change it if you wanted to, so instead of saying continue reading, you might want to put learn more. Okay, the next important step is to go down to your widgets. Now this allows you to change the order and add things into the order of the menu on the left hand side of the screen, so this area over here. So you can get a bit creative with it. So if we wanted to, say, move the search bar, we could place that down at the bottom, so it's not the first thing that comes up. You could have your recent posts. Categories, we're going to go into categories a bit more because you're going to use this to define your lessons. So you're going to, if you write a blog, you're going to assign it to a certain category, whether that's music industry or music production. You'll be using categories to allocate your blog posts to your lessons. So I'm going to place that right at the top. And you can also add some in. So if we have a little look here, we could add in an image. Okay, so I've just found a picture of me, an old picture of me playing bass. So let's put that in. And of course that's appeared at the bottom, so I can move that image up and have it at the top if I wanted. I can also add lots of other things, so maybe I want to put a link to or an audio player with one of my most recent songs. So add audio, select a file. Okay, let's add something I've been working on recently. Okay, so let's title that up. Let's say my song. And then let's move that maybe up towards the top. Let's put it underneath the picture I put in. Okay, cool. So now I've got my song there. Another option I could add in is possibly a video. So let's head over, add a widget, and go down to video. So I've just opened up YouTube and just searched for a generic video. What I can do is take the URL from the top here, copy it, head back to my blog, head down to the video, and select add a video. What I can do is select insert from URL and then just paste that in, and it looks like it's selected it there. Just going to move myself. Okay, now my video is in the bottom left. Again, I can just rearrange this widget, so I'm going to drag it and let's put it just below my song. Alright, so now I've changed my picture, I've titled my portfolio with my name, I've added a song that I've been making recently, and I've also added in a video. Now there's lots more options for here for you to go through, so you can add in whatever it is you find here that you think would make your blog better. Go for it, make this blog yours, really personalise it. So now we've personalised it, let's have a look at adding some content. So if we head back to my dashboard, okay, so if I go over here to posts, I can see that Hello World post that you would have seen on the right hand side of the screen earlier. So what I'm going to do is I am going to select that, I'm going to hit trash, and I've just deleted it. So if I want to add a new post, I'm going to hit add post, and I'm going to start titling it. So it might be introduction to the music studio. So here I can start typing, laying out my content. So let me just throw in some text. Okay, so now I've put in some text. I've written a bit about the what a recording studio is, gone into a bit of detail there. I can also add in some media. So if I wanted to upload a file. So I've just taken a picture of the mixing desk behind me. I've again emailed it to myself, and then I've selected it, uploaded it, so I can insert it into the post. So let's hit insert, and you can see the picture has popped up over here. So I can put it in the middle, I can maybe make it a bit bigger, and you can add in all sorts of media. You could do some drawings, some diagrams, you could take pictures with your phone or a camera, and then upload the pictures into here. And so these blog posts are really important for you gathering all of the information and describing what you're doing. So as much detail and content that goes into these posts as possible, the better. So what I can also do is change the picture for the blog post. Now this will make a bit more sense when we go back and see the blog. So I can go down and select set featured image. So I've just found another image that I took of the studio, and again I've sent it over to myself and uploaded it onto my computer, and here it is. So I'm going to set this as a featured image. This isn't going to go into the blog post itself, it's more going to be a picture for the front cover of the blog. So if I hit set featured image, it'll make a bit more sense when we go back to the main page and you can see your blog. Now something else that's really important is that you allocate this blog post, this piece of work, to a lesson. So what you need to do is go over on the right here where it says categories. Now at the moment you've only got a box that says uncategorized. what you're going to need to do is add a new category. And so if this is a piece of work for your music production course, what you'll need to do is type in music production and add a new category. Now we've got the tick box in there. If you are uploading onto your blog for other lessons, say for music industry, you would type music industry and you can see music industry is up there now. So what I'm going to want to do is add this blog post to music production. So that is ticked, and I can go up to the top right here and click publish. Now it should only take a few seconds to publish, and what we can do is go over to our blog and take a look at it. So you can see a link has popped up here, or you can navigate up to the top and click visit site. I'm just going to open this in a new tab so I can view the site while going back and making the changes that I need. And now you can see the first post that is on my blog is the introduction to the music studio, and you see how that second picture that I set as a featured image is now the image for the blog post itself. If I wanted to click onto the blog, I can click on the title and it'll expand and it will show me the work underneath that post. I can also click on my name over here and go back to the blog. So a couple of weeks in, you should start having quite a few of these blog posts popping up, and you'll have a long list that you can scroll through. If you want to see only the posts from one particular lesson, you'd want to go down to categories and then select music production. If you had some blog posts from music industry, you would have music industry there, which you could click on, and it would only show you the music industry posts. So that's pretty much it. That's a quick guide to setting up your EduBlogs blog. If you want any more details, or you want to talk about any problems that you're having in setting this up, then just pop into the office anytime, or you can email me on matthew.milne@southessex.ac.uk. There's a lot of features in here, there's a lot of ways you can personalise it. Please do personalise this as much as you want, make this blog yours, but obviously keep it professional. Alright, thanks a lot.